So welcome, it's Friday, 10 o'clock, and we are live again for the inspirational talk on Friday with Bridget Knight from South Africa and Julia Schmitz from Germany. Dear Bridget, we are talking about today about the power of responsibility. Like, where in the field or in your life don't you or haven't you taken your responsibility? Can you remember a day or a moment of that?
So yesterday I did a bi-weekly networking event about limiting beliefs. And then this morning I did a podcast on self-esteem. And all of that ties into taking responsibility or the lack of. And I definitely feel when I was in the fitness industry, because I've been in there for so long, I definitely thought, well, I haven't got the education, I haven't got the experience, I don't have the money. So all these limiting beliefs that I had, which directly impacted my self-esteem, which made me not take responsibility for a long time to actually get out. I wanted to get out probably 5 years before I did, but it was just, I just put all these limiting beliefs on myself and I didn't. And I think now is such a good time more than ever, because we realize how precious and how things change, and life is very, very precious, and things change rapidly. I mean, they change literally kind of overnight. So maybe just to look at what's currently happening and just see where responsibility can be taken to shift those limiting beliefs. For you, where would you say in your life?
Yeah, because when we were preparing this talk a bit, I was just thinking, this thought of taking responsibility was not so obvious for a long time for me. I don't know for you who are watching it at the moment how it is, but because I realized, I thought I have in every field my responsibility because it's my life. I'm an adult. I can decide what I want. But there are fields where you always blame other people or other conditions, that you are somehow a victim of other conditions. And I never really understood this, being a victim, because I didn't feel like a victim, but it's a slightly strange feeling what you can have when somebody really asks you. Because if there are people who say, yeah, I want to change something. And you say, why don't you do it? Say, yeah, my boss, and I need the security. And I know I have kids and I have family I have to care about or so. But you are the one who can, with one decision, change something, even if it's the decision to take a break. Because it's not that your calendar or your boss is just taking all the time. You can say, I take 30 minutes off, or I do a walk, or I do, yeah? And when I realized this, that it's in my hands to create my life, it shifted a lot. Yeah, it's for sure. You have fields where you are not alone involved. Yeah, but still, you can always change something. And if you take the responsibility and say, hey, that's my life, and here, if I want to have a partner, for example, then it's my decision if I go out and meet people. And yeah, so even if it's not easy, I don't have a partner at the moment, I can tell it's not so easy, but because it's not my priority at the moment, apparently. So okay, it's my decision not to go on the internet or not to go for a networking event or whatever. Yeah. So, but this is the power of responsibility as well, if you take it.
Yeah, and I think with the responsibility is that it's quite easy for anybody to go into a victim place of blaming everything and everybody else, as opposed to taking that responsibility and go, okay, well, what isn't working, and what can I do about that? What can I change? And I think hopefully with this course that we are going to be putting online, that we're going to be facilitating about finding your purpose in there, it'll just give you some kind of insight into what am I here for? What do I want to be doing? Like, what is my reason for living? And then to take the responsibility to make the change of the things you don't like. Because I mean, I think we're all familiar with the job security or wanting the regular income or whatever the case is. But sometimes if it's not making you happy, maybe you need to change.
Yeah, and even as I always had also another understanding of a comfort zone, because the comfort zone is something that is nice, where you feel secure and happy, but it can also be the thing what you know for a long time, and this is your comfort because you know it, but it's perhaps not the right time anymore because you feel something has to change, and then it's up to you to take the responsibility to change something, to perhaps take another job, or even just in your company shift to another group with another task can sometimes be the first step. You don't have to just cancel your job and say, okay, goodbye. That could be for someone the reason, because like, go all in. I'm not such a person. I could be further sometimes, I think, if I had done it, but I'm too fearful for that. So you do little steps. Yeah. But you take the responsibility whom I want to work with. If I take less hours and take the responsibility for the consequence, okay, I earn less money, but I'm happier and have more time for myself. I lived for 2 years with a little amount of money. Yeah. Because I wanted to see what I can do instead of being a teacher.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's the same, because when you have like a problem with your headmaster, also in my case, my headmaster or your boss, yeah, and you always say it's him who is punishing me, it's him who gave me too much hours, or it's him who gave me too much work to do. It's not possible. Then it's also a thing to take responsibility to say, no, that's too much. That's also taking responsibility to say no, because you always want to please others, but then you forget yourself.
No?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And this is sometimes, even it sounds so easy, but it's not, for sure. Yeah. But the responsibility, when you take it in pieces and you realize how much freedom it gives to you when you take it, sometimes you're not able to, because there are so much things to do, and you think, "Ui, how do I manage this now?" And then you have to step back and say, "Okay, where can I change something? What I can."
Yeah, within my control. Absolutely. Yeah.
Or do you have another example or something?
I think it's about how we go through with everything. I think from health, when somebody will say, for me, it's a exercise is a mind game for me. So when I exercise, it's not so much about my physical being; it's more about my mental state. So it's kind of therapy for me. So that's what keeps me going back, because it keeps my mind right. But I think sometimes on the health side, people can say, yeah, I do want to be healthy. Actually, I think you said this. I could be wrong. I do want to be healthy. I do. I don't know if I really want to do much about it. Like, I do want it. I'm not sure if I'm that committed to it. And I think it's and then obviously, as you and I have discussed, and you realize actually it is, but it's not really that important to you. So I think that's the other thing. It's not about making yourself wrong for not doing certain things. Certain things are not a priority. They're not something that you want to take responsibility for and make a change, So I think I don't know if that's a bit of an example, but for me, that's something that's very recurring when it comes to health, because that impacts everything of somebody's being, of their productivity, of their energy levels, of their moods. But I find that it's quite easy for people to say, yeah, I'd like to eat healthier. I don't want to make the effort, but I would like to,
Yeah, and you can do it in every field, also with partnership, so that you realize, am I a victim or am I the creator? Because it's up to you if you go with that what the partner does, or if you say, no, that's my space, that's your space, and there's our. Also, I don't know. Yeah, that's or also in your profession, and that's what we are going to do. Also, we are launching a little piece of our workshop soon for just 4 hours workshop, and we are looking forward to meeting you there. Thank you, Bridget, for the nice talk. It was like always a great inspiration for the weekend. Thanks a lot.
Thank you too.